Hey everybody, Palm Springs Cindy here. I have got to tell you about my day yesterday. I have video, I took some video of it, and it was just a real eye-opener. So, okay, I have to return some large items back to Amazon. And in order to do that, I have to have the tracking or the labels to put on the boxes. And then I'm also in the process of buying my car. And so I have documents that I have to, write. I have documents to complete. Well, my printer doesn't work. So the other day I went to Staples and I told you on the other video, it ended up costing me $31 to get everything done that I needed to get done. So I took the lady that I spoke to's offer, and she said, you can do printing at the library. Well, so I checked to see which library was closest to me, and I ended up going to the library in Coachella. I thought that would be the closest, and plus I was kind of curious about Coachella, the city of Coachella. I have friends that have left Palm Springs Unified to teach in Coachella, and so I thought, well, I'm going to try the Coachella library. You guys. First I went to my credit union. And from my credit union, I drove to the Coachella library. Now, it would have been a lot faster had I gone straight from my house to the Coachella library. Well, I put it on my navigation, and I did it for a while. You're like out in the middle of nowhere. And then you start seeing familiar city signs, like Burger King, McDonald's. So a city's coming up. And so gradually you stay on this one street. It's called Cesar Chavez Boulevard. You stay on that and you get into Coachella. Well, Coachella is much bigger than I thought. I mean, it had everything that any other city has: banks, fast food, gymnasiums, all that kind of stuff. So then I was following my navigation way. Well, anyway, I turned too soon. And but my navigator lady got me right back on course. And so I ended up finding the library. Well, when I got to the library, this whole world opened up to me that I never knew about. And it was the city of Coachella.
Pero en la cama nos comíamos y sabemos que eso era más que un hobby. Bebé sé que tiene la táctica, pero yo tenía la técnica. Él solamente te hace llorar, yo en la cama te ponía a gritar. Pero se perdió el interés, no es lo mismo sin mí, eso tú lo sabes. Y en la cama no llevábamos re bien, pero pa' amarnos siempre fue mero visaje. Justo por eso se perdió todo el interés, no es lo mismo sin mí, eso tú lo sabes. Baby, en la cama no llevábamos re bien, pero pa' amarnos siempre fue mero visaje. Llevo los recuerdos tuyos como un souvenir. Hay cosas tan reales que se tienen que decir. Amor no es solo un verbo, se tiene que sentir. Y si es para meterlo, no necesito mentir, yeah. A ti es un juego a lo Atari. Siempre andas en casa por Tindea Flow Safari. La dueña del circo cuando entras en el party. Pero se deprime en el hotel y prende mani, yeah, yeah. Tú estabas mejor conmigo, si no pregunto a tus amigos, yeah. Pero yo sigo, es que tu arrogancia se volvió tu enemigo. Se perdió el interés, no es lo mismo sin mí, eso tú.
Downtown Coachella. The cutest, the most precious, almost like a little time capsule. It is absolutely adorable. The library, you could tell that the library must have been very, very important. Well, it is important. We all know that. It was like the biggest building in Coachella. And they were all stucco, arches, bougainvillea, mature trees and bushes, little cafes and walkways. I took pictures. I'm going to show you. This is an example of like a public sitting area. This was inside the library entrance, and I tried to get a picture of the high ceilings, the lighting, the arched doorways, and that building to the right was a coffee shop, and just, more of the inside of the library. Look at this charming little eatery. So cute. And I just took a picture of Cesar Chavez Boulevard. My eyes got this big. I was like, oh my, this place is adorable. So they have old time parking where, you have to park kind of on a slant right in front of the building. Well, those were taken up. So I had to find a parking spot, which I did, got out of my car and walked directly to the library, which was like half a block, maybe. I took a video of it. And so I get to I ooh and ah to myself over this adorable little town. Then I get into the library. Oh my gosh, what an experience. It's not like I've never been to a library before. Well, first of all, there's this really nice coffee perk kind of a thing attached to the library. And so I was kind of like, now, where's the door to the library? Is it through the coffee thing? Is it through the whatever? Well, of course I found it. So then I go in and I talk to the man at the desk, two people at the desk. First of all, the library was beautiful inside. I have video. And I said, I called earlier, which I did, and I said, I'm here because I need to use your printing services. The easiest way was for me to go ahead and get a library card, which I did. Then using my library card, I could go to the computer, type in my library card number and my passcode, and then, get online and go through all that stuff. Well, while this young guy was telling me how to do it. Well, okay, at first he said, well, do you want to use your phone? He wanted me to use my phone. I did not even know what that meant, how to do it. So I'm thinking, you mean go to my email on my phone and print? I wasn't sure how to do that. So I was kind of confused. He goes, oh, here, I'll show you how to do it. Well, he told me about 25 steps. And then finally he goes, let me have your phone. So, and then he was like, he went into photos. He went into email. He went into this. He went into that. He tried to put a photo. He tried to PDF file it. He tried to this and he tried to that. It kept popping up, unable to perform this task. So he was like, well, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. What kind of phone is this? Whatever. So I said, I finally said to him, you've told me like 30 things, 30 steps. And I don't really remember them all. It seems pretty confusing. Can't I just go to the computer, get on my email, go to my labels and press print? And he goes, well, yeah, you can do that. And I was like, oh. So I said, okay, well, I think I'm going to try that. So I did. And then I print, he said, look for the green check mark. Okay. So I went through, and I found the stuff I needed to print and print, and the green check mark came up. So I said, oh, good. I could tell over there at the end of the row, the printer was moving. So, so I go over to the printer. Well, no paper is there. So I was like, what did I do wrong? So I went back to that. By this time, a gal was there. And I said, now I printed what I needed, but it's not there. So she says, okay, well, have you registered for the printer? No, I didn't know I had to. She goes, yes, you have to register for the printer. Okay. So we walked over to do that. Well, there were two people ahead of us. So finally, the girl looked at me. I looked at the girl. I said, do you think I can figure it out on my own? And she goes, yes. So, okay. So it was my turn. And I figured it out. It was not a big deal. But, people, I think about my mother. My mother would never have been able to figure that out. She wasn't computer savvy. She wasn't printer savvy. Well, heck, neither am I. But what do you know? But, they do pretty good prompting. But it was a matter of looking at two screens. This screen told you what to do. Then this screen told you something else. Then it said, go back to the other screen. This screen, go back to that screen. So it was kind of confusing. Okay, so I printed out what I needed to print. And I left the library, happy as can be, get home. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Well, I may have a video of even this. Well, I was videotaping in my happiness of this darling city. I like was videotaping like this, and I turned around and there was this man, and he actually bumped into me. And I went, oh, and it startled me. I said, oh, excuse me. And he spoke in Spanish. He was probably like 30. And he did not look homeless. Not that I really looked at him. I was like so startled. But I thought, immediately I thought, oh my God, is he gonna like pull my phone out of my hand? Like all in a nanosecond, I thought, is he gonna attack me and whatever? So I said, oh, excuse me. And then he started kind of following me, talking to me. And I think he might've been asking me for money, but I didn't hear dinero. Or like, oh, you're taking pictures. Would you like me to take a picture with you standing here with the background? He could have been asking me that. I won't know. But I just said, oh, no, excuse me. Oh, no, thank you. And just kept walking. And the library was like a car's distance away. So that was kind of scary. But other than that, everything was fine. Because Coachella is 99, I would maybe 100% Mexican American. And, you know, everything is in Spanish and whatever. So, because it's right by the Mexican border. And it's a very old town. Okay, so I was excited to go to that, to find out what Coachella looked like, and that it was so charming. And before I went to I had an 8:30 doctor appointment with my GP, and he finally said to me, I can't take any more bad news, you know, jokingly. So he put me on 3 new medications. I'm just looking at them, maybe 4. And one is a new type of antibiotic that's whatever, and a Z-Pack, another Z-Pack. And I had blood work done, and he gave me some Flonase. He said, bottom line, he said, you're fine. He said, the inside of your nose is inflamed. Your throat is fine, and your ears are fine, and you just had a chest x-ray, and that was fine. So, but something I talked to him about, I'm going to be sharing more with you guys, is I have terrible, something called GERD, GERD. Stands for gastroesophageal, what is the R? Something R, dysfunction or whatever. Anyway, so it's like about 2 hours after I eat, I get this horrible, like acid indigestion, tightness, heaviness. It can cause nausea, vomiting. It's just not good. Now, and I told him about that, and I said, it's pretty bad. So, you know, now if I remember to take one of those pills, like I forget what they're called, but they're they help your stomach produce less acid. You take one, they're a little tiny pill, you take one a day. If I remember to take one of those, actually they're over the counter and they're very expensive. And I remember to take one of those, I'm pretty good. And I will take, I have Tums by my bed, because sometimes like in the middle of the night, my stomach will, I'll start like feeling like acid indigestion. And so I have those Tums. And then my big go-to is baking soda. And I put that in some water and drink that. That stops it like that. But, so I'm going to get an esophageal test. And of course I went to Dr. Google. I YouTubed that actually to see what that meant, what it was like. Doesn't look that red hot. But I'll keep you informed on that. I'm not going to schedule that right away, because I've got to get in for an eye checkup. So it's like, I said, you know what, doctor, I'm 73, and I'm just seem to be, is it my age or is it me? And basically he said, well, are you taking care of yourself? And I said, well, I'm not totally sedentary. I mean, I'm fairly active, and, I have a dog, I walk my dog, and, I have groups I meet with, and church, I go to church, and, I said, and I'm close with my family, I have friends, and I said, so I feel like I'm doing, that I'm okay that way. But bottom line, yes, I should be more active. So yesterday, I was very active. I told you I've been cleaning my upholstery, and then I took Poppy for a walk, and I was busy walking around the old town Coachella, and then I took a walk last night before I went to bed. Oh, that's another thing. He gave me something. I said, another thing, I do not sleep. I don't sleep. I said, I will go 2 days without sleeping, and then my body sort of crashes, and I'll fall asleep, or when I do fall asleep, I sleep until like noon. Well, then I'm off track for a couple days. So I said, if I could get a good night's sleep on a regular basis, it'd probably cure all my ills. So he did give me some. I said, I can't take things like Lanusta, something like that, the butterfly and Ambien. I can't take those. I did take them at one time, but they were like hypnotic on me, and they did not agree with me. So anyway, he did give me something else. I don't remember the name of it. I took it last night. It said take one, and if that doesn't work, take two to help you sleep. So I just took one last night, and I slept. I went to bed. I was probably asleep by 11. And I woke up a little after 6, and that's because Poppy woke me up. Otherwise, I would have slept longer. Now, today, I'm playing bridge, and it takes me close to about an hour, depending on the traffic, because we're meeting in Palm Springs. We're scattered all over. We all started in Palm Springs, and we moved, but we still want to stay in touch. So if we don't go to one another's homes, then we meet at Escena. For those of you who live in town, you know that place. And they let us play. Actually, we're not the only group that plays there. There's at least one other group that plays there on Wednesdays. So that's kind of fun. We start out ordering lunch. Or today I think I'm going to order an omelet. I'm going to order some breakfast, I think. And the doctor talked to me about my weight. Well, actually, I talked to him. It puzzles me that the doctors don't say, by the way, you're overweight, and that could be part of the problem. I always have to bring it up to them. And then, so anyway, we talked about that. I said, I'm just going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly because, you're my new doctor. My other one retired, and you're my new doctor, and he's younger, so he'll be around longer than I am. And he talked to me about, he said, you should, well, he didn't say I should get, but he said, I have something called an aura ring, A-U-R-A. It's just this little band that he wears on his finger. And I said, what's that? And he said, it tells me my steps, it tells me my blood pressure, it tells me my heart rate, it tells me my oxygen level, it tells me how well I slept, if I'm sleeping, how many minutes, whatever. And so I said, oh, you're kidding me. And he said, now I'm not telling you to buy this, but he said, I'm just telling you how it works for me. So I'm going to look into that. I don't like the word aura, but I don't know. I guess it's okay. I keep looking over here because my purse and wallet and my you know what I'm going to have to start doing? I just don't want to do this. But those little blue boxes that say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then you put your medicine in there. To me, that's like what you do when you're in hospice or elderly. And I don't feel like I'm that, but evidently I'm already, when I look over there, I'm already thinking, did I take that one? Have I taken that one yet? So I'm going to have to figure that out. I have those little boxes because I took them when my mom passed away. She had several of them. So, okay, so I'm going to have to do that when I get home. And maybe I'm going to go visit my daughter today. I emailed her. I texted her because I think school's out. Well, I'm pretty sure school's out. At least the kids are out. But she may still be going to meetings or something. I don't know. P.S. I love you guys. Mwah. Until our next conversation. Bye-bye.